Welcome back everybody. So in today's video we will be going through the process of installing Ubuntu Desktop on VirtualBox. Okay, so let's get to it. In order to install Ubuntu Desktop on VirtualBox, we need to have two things. We need to have VirtualBox installed on our machine, and we also need to have Ubuntu Desktop ISO image downloaded as well. For my case, I already have VirtualBox installed on my macOS environment, and if you want to know the steps of installing VirtualBox on macOS, I previously made a video where I went through the steps of installing, and I will put the link for that video in the description, and you can take a look into it if you want to know the steps of installing VirtualBox on your environment. But now the only thing then that I need to do is to go ahead and install the Ubuntu Desktop ISO image, and then we will proceed from there to install the desktop on our VirtualBox. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to go right here and I will type Ubuntu Desktop, and right here you will see this website here for ubuntu.com, and I'm going to open this one on a new tab. And right here you will be brought to the desktop tab of the downloads in Ubuntu website, and you will also see that you have by default the Ubuntu 24.0, which is the latest version of Ubuntu, and you will see the downloads icon right here. Now one thing that I've noticed is that if you are on Windows, then you are good to go ahead and install this. But if you are on Mac like myself, then if you download this, sometimes it does not work, because I think this one is only compatible with Windows environments. Now if you want to download for Mac environment, it's a bit tricky actually, because if you scroll down here you will not see any other option, and the only option right there that you have is for Windows environment. Now to install the image or the desktop for macOS, you actually do need to go to another website, and the one that you need to go to is right here. If you type cd image Ubuntu, you will see the website where Ubuntu releases all the images. So all you have to do is just click this page. You can open it on a new tab, and right here now this is the website where Ubuntu releases all the images, and on top right here you will see this daily life. All you have to do is just go to this, just click it, and right here this is the current the daily folder where Ubuntu releases all the current images. So right here all you have to do is just go to current, just open right here current, and you will now see all of the desktop images. And the one that we want to download for, you will see here 64-bit, and I think this is for AMD, and this should be compatible most likely with Windows and all of these other operating systems. But the one that we want to download is this one for 64-bit ARM, and that is if you are on Mac environment, because Mac, if you're running on if you're running Apple that runs on Apple chip, and that is M1, M2, M3, or even Intel, I believe, then you do need to install the version for this one, the version where it says 64-bit ARM or ARM, and this will give you the desktop version for this. So I'm just going to go ahead then and just click this, and this is going to begin the download for this desktop image. So we will let it download. This might take a few minutes, but we will let it download, and once it's done we will come back and begin the installation. So I will let it download and we'll come back once it's complete. Okay, so looks like our download is now complete, and you can navigate there and see the image right there. So I'm just going to now close this, and now the next thing that we need to do is to open our VirtualBox, and I'm going to go to my launchpad and search for VirtualBox, and right here now this is the dashboard for VirtualBox. And in order to install the Ubuntu Desktop on VirtualBox, you can do it in two ways. So if you go to the menu right here where it says machine, you can click here and click new, and this should bring you the option to go ahead and pre-fill the information. And the other way of doing that is also just right here. There is icon here for new. You can hit here and it will bring you to the same section. So right here then we need to enter the name for our VM machine, and I'm going to call this one Ubuntu Desktop. Okay, Ubuntu Desktop as the name for the virtual machine. You can put any name you like, and then you have the folder here. This is where your machine will be created. And for the ISO image, you need now to point it to the image that we just downloaded. So I'm just going to go right here, and you will see it might show automatically for you. If it does not, then you can go to to other, and you navigate to the location where you downloaded your image. So for my case, it's in downloads, and as you can see, we see our desktop right here. So we'll just go ahead and select it and open it. And now you will see that the rest of this will be pre-filled for you. So the type will be automatically detected. The subtype is Ubuntu, and the version is ARM64. Okay, so I'm going to then hit here where it says skip unattended installation, and then I'm going to click next. And right here for the hardware configuration, you can leave it as default, but for my case, I'm just going to increase this a little bit, and I'm going to choose the base memory to be 4 GB. And then for the processors, you can leave it as 1, but for my case, I will actually take this one to 3. Okay, virtual CPUs, and I will disable this the EFI. But if your operating system requires you to have EFI, then you can enable it. I don't think I need to have this one for me. Again, I'm running on Mac environment, and I don't believe this one is required. And then we just go ahead and hit next. And for the virtual disk, hard disk, I'm going to leave this as 25, but you can pump it up if you like. You can go all the way up to 2 terabytes. So if you have the space, just go ahead and increase it. For my case, 25 should be good enough. And then we can click next here. And this is a summary now for your machine. You can see this is a folder, and this is the image we're using. This is the type and the base memory, the virtual CPUs we have chosen, and whether EFI is enabled or not. So you can see just a quick summary of that, and we can proceed from here then and just hit finish right here. Okay, so you'll also see the same thing here. Just a quick summary of your virtual machine. Okay, the same thing we saw on the other side. So to start this, there are 2 ways of doing it. You can just go ahead and hit start here, or you can double click it on right here. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Just double click it, and this is going to begin your installation. Okay, so I'm just going to increase the window. So I'm going to hit where is this thing keeps disappearing. Okay, so as you can see, this one is let's capture. If you click here anywhere, it's going to capture it for you. And let's actually increase this like this so that we can see this properly. I just want to click this out. Okay, and as you can see, this one somehow is still small, so we can do 2 things. We can actually go up here and do the scaled mode. If you're on Mac, switch here, and we can just resize this. Okay, I'm just going to resize this to fit our screen. Okay, like so. Okay, and as you can see, actually our installation automatically starts. So it's going to recognize your image, and it's going to just begin the installation for you. And as you can see now, the desktop is putting up. Now if you have installed the Ubuntu server, you will notice 2 things. With Ubuntu server, you will not see the desktop version of Ubuntu. But with desktop, then you will see the GUI. So you can use the GUI to just click next as you do your installation. And then once the desktop is installed, then you can interact it just as you would any other Ubuntu operating system. So that's the one difference between the server and the desktop. So this one will give you the desktop experience, but with the server, that is just CLI. So you only interact with the environment from the CLI point of view. So let's see this one now. I think it is still putting up. So you can click enter or return on your desktop. I don't seem to see anything, so we'll just let it do its thing, and we should be able, I believe, to see the installation step once this one is ready. Okay, so it is still putting up now. It might take a few minutes, a few seconds to start up. Okay, so let's just wait, and once it's ready, we will proceed. Okay, so here we go. So that took a few minutes to put up, and now, as you can see right here, we are now presented to start our installation. And your default language will be chosen for you based on your location, and for my case, English has been selected, so I'm okay with that. I'll just now click next right here, and then if you have any accessibility, you can customize it here. I don't think I have anything here, so I'm just going to click next. For the keyboard layout, I'm based out of the US, so I will click the US keyboard. So you can select any of this other one depending on your location, and I'm just going to click here next. And for the internet here, you can use wired connection or Wi-Fi. It says here wired for me, so I'm okay with that. Proceed with that. And now it is asking here, what do you want to do with this Ubuntu? We do, of course, want to install Ubuntu, and we will now go ahead and hit next right here. And you can go ahead with the interactive installation or automated. I will go with the interactive one, but if you want to go with the second one, you can do it. So I'm just going to go with the first one here. What apps would you like to install to start? I don't have any, so it's just going to get the essential ones like browsers, basic utilities. I'm okay with that. And if you have any other third parties that you want to install, you can go ahead and do that. I don't want to do anything here, so I will click next. And now, how do you want to install Ubuntu? We want to erase disk and install. Yes, this is I'm installing this from scratch, so I'm okay with that. And now you want to enter your name here and the name of your username. You can use the one that based on your username, or you can select another one. I will actually select another one here, and for the computer's name, we will call this one Ubuntu Desktop 24, like so. Okay, so looks like this is invalid. Let's see if it likes this one. Yes, okay, there we go. So it doesn't like spaces. And then now you can enter the password for your Ubuntu right here, and also confirm it as well. Okay, make sure that they match, and you can check this option or leave it. I'm going to check it so that when we log in, we require the password. And now go ahead and hit next here, and this is going to ask you to select your time zone. For me, I'm going to the one here for New York is okay with me. And then now this is telling you that this is ready to install. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just hit install right here, and this is going to now begin your installation. So it's going to copy the files and set up your environment, and this also might take a few minutes, so let's leave it running and we'll come back once it is ready. Okay, so looks like our installation now is complete, and apparently, as you can see right here, this one is saying Ubuntu 25.04. I think we downloaded the latest version for this, which is 25. I was not aware that we already actually have 25 in the market already. Let's see, this one didn't say, but it does look like it went ahead and downloaded Ubuntu 25.04, which I believe is the most recent one as of making this video. So then from here, all you have to do is then just you can continue testing, or go ahead and just do restart, which I'm going to do. Just restart the system, and once you do that, it's going now to bring you to your Ubuntu Desktop, which is right here. Okay, so you can now see your desktop. This is how it looks like, and now from here you can go ahead and start using it. Okay, so you can open the browser to see how the browser is. So by default you get Firefox as the browser, so you can open it and it's going to open it for you and you can start using it. Other things that you can start using, so for my case, okay, so you can see this is the browser here and you can test if it's working. So you can see we have some news here. Okay, so we are able to browse the news, so that is looking good. Okay, awesome. All right, so the browser is working fine. And then the other thing that you can check for, if you go to apps here, you can see that we have calculator, you have all of these other apps right here. And for my case, I'm usually interested in terminal, so if you go to terminal and just open it, it's going to open your terminal. And from here you can list files, you can do you can do things like ipconfig or if config. I believe if you are on Linux, and that one does not seem to be running, so I think you do need to install it. So you can do sudo apt install. I believe the tool you need to install here is nettools to do that. Okay, so that is going to install nettools, and as you can see it is looking good. And now if you try that command again, if config, then you can be able to see now your IP address and other information related to your network. Alright guys, so that's the process of installing Ubuntu Desktop on VirtualBox. And again, this is on macOS environment, but I think the process should be very similar if you are running on Windows or any other operating system. Alright, so that's all I had for you in this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, please give thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Alright, so I will see you then in the next video. Bye bye.